One of those cogs in the wheel, as you said, many people could point to the speaker fight of the past week and a half. Your challenger, Nancy Mace, voted to motion to vacate Kevin McCarthy. Would you have moved to remove Kevin McCarthy as well? Is that something you both could have agreed on?
No, I mean, I'm a Democrat. I'll let the Republicans deal with with their speaker. But I will say on that, I mean, talking about all that's going on in Washington, there are very few things that both Democrats and Republicans agree on in Washington. But the one thing they agree on is that Nancy Mace is extreme. She's too extreme, and I think you know voting the way that she did and then showing up gloating with Matt Gaetz on Steve Bannon's podcast the next day, I think underscores the fact that, she is about the headlines. She is about and coming on with the scarlet letter the next day. She's trying to raise money or do whatever she's trying to do. None of that has to do with the concerns of the people in the first congressional district. And that's where my focal point is. And that's where I've been focused going back to the 1700s when my ancestors got here.
I know all Democrats supported the oust of Kevin McCarthy, but I do want to read part of an op-ed from former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg. He also blamed Democrats for McCarthy's ouster. He wrote this in the Washington Post. I disagree with McCarthy on virtually every issue, but in some critical moments this year, he showed that he was willing to stand up to his party's right-wing extremists and take the heat. Jeffrey should have been willing to take the same risk by rising above partisanship to save McCarthy's job, if not for the good of the country, then for the good of the Democratic Party. Do you agree? Do you think Democrats there should have put country over party here and supported Kevin McCarthy, or let the Republicans do their own thing? Because right now, there's a government shutdown looming, there's a war in Israel, and Congress has been described as rudderless.
Well, look, I think Hakeem Jeffries would have been a far superior speaker to start with, and that's where my vote would have gone. Back when this last speaker was put in office. So it's inappropriate to try to shift the blame on Kevin McCarthy's exit to Democrats when it is about infighting in the Republican Party that brought about his ouster. So I think again, Hakeem Jeffries would have been where my vote would have gone.
Do you think Hakeem Jeffries was wrong then in telling Democrats not to vote for McCarthy?
No, I mean, again, the Democrats are in the minority. The Republicans were driving that process and that vote, and so let them do that. I think that would have been my approach.
Let's talk about some areas you can see yourself working across the aisle. Where are some areas you could work with Republicans? Because as you said, people are sick of these hyper-partisan times.
Yeah, I can work with anyone who is coming to the table with sort of a spirit of collaboration and wanting to move forward. I mean, my whole orientation is to work with whomever to get things done. So much of the divisiveness now is really just an obstacle to getting anything done. And so, I believe in issues deeply, but I want to get things done for the people of South Carolina, for the people of the first district. And so I will reach across the aisle and work with anyone who is coming in good faith and wants to create progress on an issue.